So it is the final countdown. Yeah, 1 month from today, I will be at Disneyland. A trip that was scheduled for 2020 that was canceled. And Kaylee likes to make fun of me and those videos because I did a whole week in year one of me wearing all of my Disney merch on the week that I was supposed to be at Disney, you know? And because I was salty about it, I had ears on and everything in one of the videos. I was big mad. And she likes to tease me for it. But you know what I can do now with this cool new setup or whatever? I can easily show you my merch without having to be too far away from the camera to see it. Cause all I have to do is stand up, right? Yes, that says your mom. And yes, I am wearing that all around Disneyland in 1 month's time. Your mom jokes will never stop being funny to me. I'm not making like a Disney soap today. It's the final countdown. And hi, Kaylee. Hey, wearing my merch. Feel free to make fun of me some more. I will tell you what we are making today in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for week 19 of year 3, and we're making bath bombs today. And the reason we're making bath bombs today is because A, I haven't made bath bombs in a very long time. Like, not just on the channel, like I literally haven't done that on the channel in a very long time, but just generally, I haven't made bath bombs in probably like 6 months. Because I don't have to do that, guy. That's what the Soapprentices are for, you know? I was in the mood to design some new products of the bath bomb variety. And so that's what I am doing and showing you today because I got a cute idea and thought it would be fun. And we had talked about it before when we were using, 3D bath bomb molds in a manner other than prescribed. And I had mused if you could just kind of use the regular cookie cutter molds to make bath bombs. And so that's what we're trying. And I'm going to show you my whole process and like the packaging and all the things to create a new set of really fun, fizzy liftoff bath bombs. And I don't know, I might even show you the fizz. I'm not sure. I don't remember what I ended up including in this video. So we should get to it and we'll find out together. God, it is way more humid today than when I made this video in here, and I hate it. But I decided that I wanted to make some new bath bomb gift sets to get rid of these boxes. Now, the reason why I wanted to get rid of these boxes is, well, because we have changes within the USPS, shipping prices and rates, and my regional rate A's are like now gone, and B's to that. I wanted to sort of streamline my packaging to be able to ship it within the package itself. And for that, I need sturdier packages. So while I will still be playing with the size of this box, I definitely want it to be, a more structured, sturdy box that I can just ship the box itself, because it's wildly cheaper to do it that way when you're looking at shipping, to just get the dimensions of the box and go ahead and put it into your USPS or your pirate ship or whatever it is that you use, and, the weight and everything. Way cheaper to do it that way than using the flat rate in a number of instances, especially since flat rate now, it's getting really, really pricey, even with, the places that you can go to get the discounts. As an aside, I do highly recommend Pirate Ship for that because their prices are amazing. Anyway, so as I said, I wanted to make some new bath bomb gift sets. Now, normally these boxes, they do hold 4 of my, Mondo size bath bombs really easily. And that's what they were purchased for. But I'm kind of bored with round bath bombs right now. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute to do like a botanical line with, you know, this particular one, that's lemongrass in that guy, with like square bath bombs. But I don't have any square bath bomb molds. And I remembered back when we were using the 3D bath bomb molds for other things, you know, I think we were using it for like soap dough, embeds, whatever. I remembered that we had talked about in the comments or within the video, I don't remember which, musing as to whether or not you could use just kind of anything to cut bath bombs and to make bath bombs. And I think it was JJ who had confirmed. It was like, yeah, you can totally do that. I use my old cookie cutters all of the time. So that's what I did. I measured out the size of the container, of the package that I wanted, and decided I wanted 4 across, well, 4 on the bottom layer of the bath bombs, and then, you know, 3 stacks high. And I went to my cookie cutters and went, well, which cookie cutters can I use? And this one was actually a headstone. I don't know why everybody's so obsessed with headstones. What an ugly design for everything. I don't get it. But anyway, it was a headstone that I just kind of reshaped into a squarish thing and decided to use it for, you know, for cutting these bath bombs. And honestly, the first couple rounds, it was not easy. It was really tough. I had a problem with the actual bath bomb powder itself being too dry, which I found to be kind of a pain because I was working in 57% humidity, as you could see with the thing that I showed you. And I didn't really want to add any more liquid to this because I didn't want them to start expanding, given the rather high humidity that I knew that I was going to be continuing to deal with, because I started making these at the beginning of the day. I had just turned on my heater, and my heater is a gas heater, and it really creates a lot of humidity within the space. And so anyway, the point is I did not want to put more moisture into the bath bombs. And so for the first little bit, it was kind of crumbly. But I eventually got the hang of it and learned that after I mix everything up and I have the baking soda and the citric acid and the essential oils and everything in it, to just let it sit for a while in that little padded down, you know, space. Just let it sit for, you know, 5-ish minutes and then cut it, and it makes it wildly easier. They come out of the mold way easier, and it was actually a really fast process after I figured that out. But it was a bit of a learning curve at the beginning, for sure. But realistically, bath bombs are always a bit of a learning curve, even when you've been doing them for a million years. So I knew that I would be able to figure it out. And ultimately, what I ended up using was, for the recipe, it's 2 cups baking soda, 1/2 cup citric acid, 1/2 cup arrowroot, 1 full tablespoon of sunflower oil, 1 full tablespoon of scent, and 1 full tablespoon of water. And see, that's what I mean. Like when you cut them too quickly, they fall apart, and I don't like them. So that worked completely fine for the humidity level that I was working with. I was a little bit concerned though, because I had so many breakage problems at the very beginning. I was concerned that they were not going to be stable enough to ship after we got them, you know, out of the molds and dried, right? And here's one thing that I have noticed across the years and trying all the different types of bath bomb recipes, right? Like using SLSA or using SCI or using poly or not using poly, using glycerin, not using glycerin, using water, not using water, etc. and so forth. What I have found is that if you do not put, or rather if I do not include water in a batch of bath bombs, they are wildly more likely to be fragile and break. The water is sort of needed to like create that crust along the outside to really firm them up so you can, you know, package them and ship them. And so I told myself that as I was making these bath bombs, you know, trust the process, whatever, you did include water in this, they're going to be fine. But also I was a bit concerned with whether or not they actually would be. This is not a way that I normally make any of my bath bombs. I'm cutting them out like biscuits or cookies. And yeah, a little bit unsettling. But with all of these, they ultimately ended up being incredibly firm, and I was very, very happy about it. Like, they are rock hard. Drop them on the ground and they are not breaking. Don't have any issues with any fragility. Again, because in my experience, it's the water. You need the water, even when you are in, you know, high humidity areas. It's just, these are just my musings though. Everybody has their own tips and tricks for bath bombs for sure, and ultimately find whatever works for you. But what works for me is a very simple recipe with a little bit of water to make sure everything really crusts up on the outside. Now, with these, I had 4 different types, right? So I did a lemongrass, I did a calendula, I did a rose, I did a lavender, and I did something else. I don't remember what the other one was. 1, 2, 3. I guess that would be 4. I already said 4. See? Those 4. And so the idea was for the gift sets, there would be 4 options, right? Of these little square guys. And 3 of each, because each of the boxes are 3 inches tall. So I made these all an inch tall each. And so then you end up with 12 really cool bath bombs in this beautiful little set. And I thought that would be a whole lot of fun because there are a number of people out there that really like the simplicity of a bath bomb. Like they want the bath bomb, they want the fizzy lift off, they want the oils and the moisturizing and all the stuff. Then, you know, of course, with the beautiful botanicals and all the jazz, but they don't want the wild colors, or they feel guilty using such a big bath bomb because they're like, I don't think I need all of this for a bath, which I get because most of the time I do break my own bath bombs and have to use them because I don't feel like I need a whole one, you know? And so I thought this would be a happy medium, and there's definitely a market, and that market is my market for my target audience for bath bombs like this. And so this was my thinking with all of it. Instead of doing 4 big ones, why not 12 in, you know, a set? And actually, when it's all said and done, they end up weighing all 12 of them together more than the 12 or the 4 that you would get in, you know, a box set. So this was the next step with all of this. I had to determine what the average weight was for all of them. And so they're coming in between, I think, 3.2 and 3.8. And so ultimately, whatever the lowest, you know, the lightest one is what I'm going to put in my packaging, just to make sure that I have that covered. And I know that it is at least that much for all of these bath bombs. So yeah, it's looking like they're all coming in between 3.2 and 3.9. Actually. So then I'm just going to write this down so I have that note and I don't forget for when I make my labels. And what am I writing? 3 to 3.8 each. Okay. So there you go. That's what I've decided. So that means 3 ounce is what I'm going to put on the packaging for all of these. So in a set that used to get you 4 bath bombs that were 7 ounces each, right? That's 28 ounces. Now you're getting 12 bath bombs that are 3 ounces each. So it's 36 ounces. So it's more awesomeness for, you know, your end user, which is always cool. And I mean, I love that. Okay, and on to the packaging. Now, with the packaging, like first and foremost, I don't like shrink-wrapped bath bombs. I don't see the point in putting more plastic into the environment. If you're fine with that, that's completely cool. Like we obviously make our own decisions in our business world. But whenever possible, whenever I don't have to use plastic packaging, I'm not using plastic packaging. And so with these, because the sizing was right to do use a coffee filter, I'm using a coffee filter. And while I was sort of, you know, just testing these out to see if they looked right or whatnot, I was trying different shaped labels to see how it would all work, right? So there's an option of a rectangular label that's basically the same size as the bath bomb itself, which I love. But you could do all number of things. Rectangular is obviously going to be easier if you're printing your own labels because rectangles are easier to cut out and or to get like a roll of and or to print on than circles. But if you have the circle cutter thingies, you could also do a circle. I think it would be a circle that would be ultimately bigger than the one that I'm putting in here, though. I would like it to be bigger just all around. While this is a better look, obviously, just based on the surface area that is available to put the label on, I do need a bigger surface there to make sure I'm within the, you know, the labeling guidelines. Because again, remember, a bath bomb, it is a cosmetic. But anyway, so it works. The coffee filters totally worked with all of this, which I absolutely love. And, you know, different labeling. Do I want to do a square or a rectangle? Again, I'm probably going to go with a rectangle because it's easier. The packaging itself ends up looking really like cool and, you know, rustic and natural and all of the things with the craft colored box and the craft colored, you know, packaging and then nice little label inside. And it's all great. And with this, what I would then do is take all of this information that I now have, right? I know how much I put into the batch. And so I know the baking soda, citric acid, all the things, plug that into Inventora, figure out my price per each of these. So price per ounce, essentially. And then that will then determine what each of these would cost. And then I make the determination as to what they would cost overall in a gift set with all 12 of them, in this pretty little box, which is one of the reasons why I love Inventora so very much, because I can get all of my ingredients together and have everything ready for my labels. I can have all of my actual material costs right down to that tissue paper that I'm putting in there. Or if you wanted to go really wild, you could, calculate how much each of those labels cost, or the coffee filters, or whatever, because Inventora will do all of that for you, which is great. And then I plug all that information into Canva onto a label. Now I have a template specifically for this, and I just change the ingredients and the names on the template before I, export it to create a label and do the things, and I'm good to go. And all that information is saved, within Inventora and or Canva, and it's beautiful. And yeah, so this was sort of my vision with all of it. Obviously, for photography purposes, it would be sort of these like unpackaged ones on top to sort of show what each of them are in some sort of pretty way. But in shipping, they would all be packaged and have labels on them, so you knew what they all were. But it worked. There are 12 beautiful, cute little bath bombs in there, and a nice new offering on my website that is not horrible to make. It doesn't take any more time than making, just regular bath bombs and packaging them all up. And it's a nice, fun offering for the sudsers. So I love that. Overall, I found this to be a really enjoyable thing and going to be a fun, inclusion on the website moving forward, at least until I'm done with all these boxes. And honestly, that's going to be a while, because I've got, I think I still have like 8,000 of these things. So it's going to be a while that they're going to be there, but there's also a lot of variation that you can do with these types of bath bombs, and using the little, the little cookie cutter thing to cut them out. I'm in love with this. I think that this is super fun. And it's, again, different than my circle bath bombs. So it makes me very happy at the end of the day. And honestly, happy is just really all I go for these days in my making. And there it is, a beautiful box set of bath bombs. Easy peasy to make once you get the hang of it. Easy peasy to package, and absolutely stunning in photography, on your website, as a gift, when people buy them, all of the things. So I am really, really pleased with this. And honestly, the possibilities are kind of endless with doing it this specific way. I know that like I said, I started it out just so I could get rid of these particular boxes because I want them gone. But it was so cute and it looks so nice together that I could continue making these like square bath bomb things and do all sorts of cool stuff with it, right? Like we could do drizzles of shea butter or cocoa butter or something on the top and make them look all foodie. Lots of possibilities. And I'm actually pretty excited about it. So that might, make me want to make more bath bombs for a while. That is a fleeting thought though. So apprentices, don't get used to it. You're still on bath bomb duty. But yeah, I had a ton of fun, and I hope you guys did too. And if you would like to let me know what projects you're working on and how you manufacture a theme and all of the jazz, drop them below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, for sure. For the Sudsers, thank you for existing and being you and all of the things. And I know we have these conversations and like the packaging tips and, business building and everything on the Discord. And that's amazing. So we can continue doing that, or you can comment here or both, or, whatever you want to do. Just thanks for being here and for being you. For the other people, hi, welcome. You could subscribe. I am out of here, as I said, probably. I don't know. I tend to say it 3 or 4 times before I actually leave because I'm me. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of Soapy Fun. Bye.